We're back again. This is Scad Brains. This will be the first official intro for all the different majors that we have. So for those of you that want to know some more in-depth details before we actually, or before you actually, sign that paper, be like, yeah, I'm a Scad B. I hate our mascot, by the way. Random side note.
No, so
I hate that it's a B. I hate that it's a B.
It's so bad.
It could have been anything else. But it was a bumblebee. Anyway.
Bumblebee. Yeah, I'm Nick. I'm back. I don't know if you guys saw the last one, but yeah. So basically, I'm an industrial design major. So I'll be talking to you guys a little bit about that, like what to expect coming in. So like I'm gonna be real. Like I came in with some credits, so like I started my Indus stuff like a little earlier than some people, but like basically, your first year, like probably gen eds, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not really in your major yet. But then like sophomore year for sure, you start getting into your major. Like you'll get into intro to Indus. That's your first like specific major class, and I'll get to that one in a second. But like there's drawing for design. You're gonna like hit that class first, and that one is like if you're good at drawing, I think you'll be fine in that class. And if you're not good at drawing, just it's like a lot of rulers. It's like you're doing like 3D,
Yeah.
like yeah, you do like 3D views stuff. It's a good skill. Like pay attention in that class for sure. Shout out to Mr. Brandmeier, Andrew Brandmeier. He teaches that. He's fire. Love him. He also teaches some earlier drawing courses, like when you're a freshman. He's great. I've had him like 2 different quarters, one of my faves. And then after that, yeah, you'll get to your intro to Indus, and that class, like, depending on who you have, is like a completely different experience. So like I had Ben Hobson, and I love Ben. Ben's great, super helpful, like definitely like if you're working on a project, you have questions, like you can ask him, he's super great. And then for sure, like it's gonna be a hard class. So you have 10-week quarters, right? Scad, so fun. They're short, but like they pack a lot of work in, especially if you're industrial design. Like that's the whole thing. Get used to sketching a lot or drawing a lot. Like they make us sketch so much. This past like 2 weeks, I think I've sketched for one class like probably close to 60 pages already. I don't know about you.
As I say, I haven't done much of anything on my part. We'll get to my major later,
Okay.
But like I also switched into my major, so we're kind of starting with the basics.
Got you.
I will be posting another video later with me and my roommate for kind of the process that you might have to go through when it comes to switching, since we both switched at different times and had different credits when we switched. So we should be able to give you a good roundabout for what you would need in the event you come to Scad and you're like every other Scad student and you're like, yeah, I don't like this. I need something else. So that video will be coming soon, so look out for that one. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm currently doing homework because, it's Scad. And I want my weekend, and they revoked my weekend because we had our stupid Friday makeup class.
God, actually the worst. Yeah, so we had classes today. Normally, you have Fridays off. You can go to your extra help sessions or whatever, do your homework. I don't know, go to the beach. But, like, today, classes instead. Because if you missed Monday, right, we had, I think it was for the
Martin Luther King Day.
Martin Luther King Day. I should have known that. I was mixed up because people have been talking about weather. I thought it was
Yeah,
weather.
that too.
But like, yeah, then we have to come in Friday to take those classes. But like, for example, if we missed like a whole week of school, that's 4 Fridays we have to like come in and do our classes. It's not cute.
It's not.
But
It's not giving what it's supposed to give.
No, it's not. But back to the Indus, like Intro to Indus is probably the first time, other than this one design class, you're working in 3D. Like there's one design class you'll touch that, but this is like really heavy. Like he wants really, his big thing I think, focus on like craft. So like making something really clean, like if you're cutting a material, like don't have jagged edges, don't have your like markings from like measuring it up showing, like have it really clean, have a direction with your design. But it's like you'll have 10 projects in 10 weeks. It's like it's kind of intense, but you'll come out of it like you learn so much, you feel ready for kind of anything. Probably one of the heavier workload classes you'll take.
Definitely.
For sure. But fun. And then you'll get into, you can keep taking like some classes that are hands-on, where you're like physically building models still, like you were with like intro. And you can also go instead and take like electronic design, which Maurice would know a lot more about, because I've been doing my hands-on classes. You do both in Indus, like you have to, but you can kind of start with one and then do the other, like, you know, doesn't matter. But me, I like hands-on, so like that's where I was headed. And yeah, right now I'm doing a lot of drawing. I have like idea visualization, which is kind of teaching you like the drawing style you need for like the industry, and like just being able to draw quickly and accurately, like having really good line work and like control, and just like quickly putting ideas on paper. It's a good skill. And then I think definitely like get used to like setting up a schedule for your homework, because like in this, any major at Scad, like you're gonna have a lot of work to do, like a lot of hours committed. But in this especially, they're a little heavy. I think at some point you do get your 6-hour classes, which to be honest are like, it's really, if you think about it, like it's 3 hours and then an hour of break. Oh wait, 2.5 hours, and then you get like an hour of break. I can't do math. I'm at art school. You get the point.
This is why we're at art school.
You get the point. You get an hour break, so it's 5 hours of class. It's okay. Like you'll live. Not that bad. And it's those are all studios. Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
My brain today. It's that Friday class. Like it's a long week, but they're all studios, so it's like you'll be working. It's not like you're sitting there like listening to the professor, like taking notes for 6 hours. Like you're not. It's probably like the professor will talk a bit, for sure, probably about like what's coming up, the syllabus, whatever, like maybe a little teaching, maybe a demo, and then it's like you're probably working most of that time, to be real. But it's really fun. We have fun shops, so your classes for Indus are going to be the Scad or Gulfstream, and for the most part. And like the Scad is cool, especially if you live at or around Monty, like Montgomery Hall, by the way. Like Monty literally is on the same property as the Scad. Like it's right there. It's so perfect. And then Gulfstream is like literally like 2 blocks away, like across the street. So it's like right here. So like you have your 2 classes, and then if you live like anywhere in the area, you're right there. Walk to class in like 2 minutes. And I would say like the Scad is nicer than Gulfstream, but Gulfstream is more useful. So like the Scad is kind of pretty. It's like nicely decorated, and like it's got windows, and it has a shop.
It's got windows,
but it like the shop. Yeah, right. No, because okay, Gulfstream is like, it used to be, I think, a carpet factory, some sort of.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of factory.
Yeah, it was like fabrics or textiles or something. So they have no windows because like you don't want to fade them. Like you don't want to fade the textile. And so now like if you're working in there, and you will for extended periods of time, it's a little funky, but take some breaks, go outside. But the shop is so nice. They have like everything you could want. You can get things 3D printed, laser cut. I think they have water jet. I could be wrong. And they have like CNC, lathe, like anything you want. They have other shops where it's just like a workroom. you know, they got their hot wires. You're gonna do a lot of foam carving, like pink insulation foam. Sounds weird, but like you make your model, like your little idea, and yeah, it's a really good facility. Get used to using it like early on. Like when you get into Intro to Indus, like that's your chance. Like start laser cutting things, like 3D printing things. Really important so that when you get to classes later where you actually have to, like at least you've done it. You know, like you're comfortable. It's not like you're trying this for the first time. And oh my god, I have like a week to like make this whole entire product, and like you're kind of scrambling. So that's like definitely my advice. Yeah, and
Are there any questions that you had coming into InDesign that you think they might have that you would have an answer for?
Yeah, so I think that like for sure coming into Indus, I personally like I think I understood what I wanted to do with it, but I didn't really understand what Indus was, and like I'm sure you've heard people kind of talk about it, but like essentially, like you're designing like how products look, like the look and feel of a product, essentially, and like the best way I can say it to people who have like no clue is usually like, we're doing the same thing architects are doing, but instead of for buildings, we're doing it for products. So like, you know, might be a shoe or a car, like whatever it is. But that's like, I feel like that's the question I get the most, like trying to nail down what it is, because a lot of times people will know like, okay, I want to do sneaker design, and I heard industrial design's the major, but like what is industrial design? I feel like that kind of sums it up for me.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of?
Yeah, I will say, like, you might as well, when you're a freshman, start trying to get used to, like you're going to hear your professors say in your foundations class, like, draw from the elbow, draw loose, practice your drawing, sketch every day. And you're going to be like, yeah, but I draw well like this, or like, you know, however you draw. Like, not how they're teaching you. I recommend like wholeheartedly like do and practice that, because when you actually get to your Indus classes, they'll expect you to have a high level of drawing already, and then they want even more from you, and it's really good if you're already like in a good place with your line work and stuff. Because like that put me in a bad spot. I've had to do a lot of practicing like later in my college career.
That's also just a good thing to have in, I think, every career.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty much every career is going to expect you to have, especially you future architect students. I pray for you.
Yeah, no, for real. Good luck. Y'all working.
Mm-hmm. At a high level too, always. Always on the grind. Grind never stops, if you can't tell.
And another thing I want to put out there for sure, it's very important. If you enjoy Jello, if you're big Jello person, Indus is just not the major for you at Scad. Okay, you'll never enjoy Jello again in your life. Yeah,
I think that's pretty much it. All right, so that was our fabulous Indust major. If y'all like this video, of course, like it, subscribe, help us out, and let us know which ones you want to see next. So until that next one, we are out.